and 2401600. All parties are here today for a small claims case. What small claims means is that you are not asking for this to be decided by a jury, but be decided right here in front of me. You also can only ask for so much money. I think these were all $5,000 suits. You also cannot use attorneys. Everybody is here trying to get this done without attorneys. And so first thing I have to determine is if everybody is ready, willing, and able to proceed in that fashion in front of me. If anybody wishes to move this to general civil in front of the district court judges, they can ask for that. That would generally be granted. But if everyone is able to, Ms. Rodriguez, you able to turn your camera on? If everyone else is ready to proceed here in front of me, first thing I'm going to do is swear everybody in. So I need everybody to raise their right hands. Ms. Rodriguez?
Yes, sir. I'm raising my hand.
Okay, I need you to turn your camera on.
That I'm not sure exactly how to do on this phone.
Everybody swear or affirm any testimony they give here today would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yes,
here
sir.
is the thing. I do have some information about this. This is mostly feels like a landlord-tenant situation to me. I am going to ask Ms. Rodriguez. I'm looking at the affidavit here against Miss Lodge, and I just can't read it. I said, could you just tell me what that says? I bought the boat.
Oh, for Miss for Janie. Yes, sir. I had bought this pontoon boat right before 4th of July, so me and my kids could go out on and have fun on. I had put it in my mom's name. I don't know why she's holding it over my head. She wants me to move out, sir. I'm trying my hardest to get my own home. I'm trying my hardest to move out. If she wants to keep it, she can keep it, but she can pay me the money then. I mean,
why are you suing Miss Lodgton for $5,000? Tell me that.
That's what the boat costed, and I wasn't able to ride on it all this time. I'm not able to use it.
All right, just stop. Let me ask. Whose boat did this belong to?
Me, sir.
So you bought the boat from who?
I bought the boat from a guy in Grand Haven. I bought it from him back in June, at the end of June. I had it put in my mom's name. I got proof of all that.
I got proof the boat.
Because she won't give it back to me, sir. I've asked her for my bike and my boat back, and she won't give them back to me. I don't understand, sir. That you're right. I'm not understanding.
How can she give you a boat?
What do you mean? How can she give me a boat? It's the money. What are you talking about?
Why would she owe you the money?
It's my boat, sir.
Okay, so you own a boat. What does that have to do with your mother?
She won't give me the paperwork, sir. I'm not understanding. That's why I'm here in court for my bike. Well, my bike's next September 5th. She has my bike in her name too. I'm trying. I asked her.
Why are they in her name?
Buckle up, guys. We're diving into a wild family courtroom saga, starting with a quirky sponsor plug before the judge lays out the battlefield. We've got one plaintiff and 3 defendants, all tangled in overlapping small claims. It's already clear that money, property, and grudges will collide in front of this judge who's not here for nonsense. The stage is set for drama.
With Scotchless and do the whole trial, because I can prove everything. I bought the boat. I can prove it, everything. I bought my bike. I bought it all. She just won't sign off of it, sir. She won't give it back to me. I don't know what else.
Man, that's specific performance. You cannot sue in small claims for specific performance. Essentially, what you want is her to sign the title over to you so that you own the boat.
Or she could pay me my money that I paid it for. I got proof of all that, sir. Like, I don't understand.
Well, ma'am, that's only if she wants to buy the boat from you. If she doesn't want to
Okay,
buy the
yeah,
boat from you, then what you're asking for is specific performance, i.e. for her to sign title over to you. I can't order that in small
yes,
claims. You could get that ordered in general civil. Let me just explain
okay,
to you
I'll
the
do that.
difference. Well, I want you to understand the difference so you understand. Small claims is when you're out of pocket for a dollar amount, right? I.e., oh, I loaned money to my
Yes, sir.
mom, she's supposed to pay me back, she didn't pay me back. The specific performance is give me the money. I can do that in small claims. But say your mom had sold you a house and won't sign the deed of the house over to you. You're not actually
Yeah,
asking for money, you're asking for the deed to the house. What I can't do in small claims is what's called specific performance. In other words, make someone do an action other than pay money. Does that make sense?
okay.
So I
Yeah,
can't make
yeah,
your mother
yeah,
sign
like you did my
title over
brother.
to you. Exactly. A district court judge can in general civil, but in small claims, we can't do that.
Well,
All right.
well, sir, you just made, a couple weeks ago, you made my brother sign my title off to me for my motorcycle.
That's what I said
He
he can
bring it
do
over
if he
here.
doesn't want to pay the money.
Oh, yeah, so this is the same case then. If he doesn't, she don't want to pay me the money, she can sign off the title.
No. But here's what I don't understand, ma'am. Possession of the boat, right, is 9/10 of the law. So you're saying the boat's at whose house?
It's at our home, at me and my mom's home. I live here with her.
Okay, then she didn't take the boat from you. It's your boat. You can move it and use it however you want. I don't understand
It's
what
in
you're
her
suing
name though, and
over. But
because if I move it, sir, you don't understand. She will put me in jail for stealing the boat. You're not understanding. It's in her name. I paid for it. I'm just asking if she would just sign off of the title and give it back to me. She wants me to move out. She wants me to do this. I'm trying to, sir. I'm trying to do everything possible. And I'm doing everything legally. That's why I've gotten hold of the governor about
all
other
right,
situations, about the
then
situation that's coming
let
in.
me talk to mom for a second. So, mom, do you agree that the boat actually belongs to Angela and not to you in terms of who paid for it?
Yes, sir. I asked her to,
Okay.
she bought the boat because
So why did you put it in your name?
she wanted me to,
All right. So why don't you want to
because
unput it in your name?
I asked her to move out and she can have it and she won't move out.
All right, guys. Now the plaintiff launches into a rambling tale about a pontoon boat bought just before the 4th of July. She insists she paid for it, but put it in her mother's name for reasons. The judge quickly spots inconsistencies and even hints this could be edging into fraud territory. It's emotional, messy, and feels like the tip of a much bigger iceberg in this family feud.
First place.
I
But you
know.
understand it's her boat, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
Sir, I
I'm
didn't
just
really
saying,
do this, but
Miss
I
Lodgton,
didn't
I'm
really want to
talking to
do
you,
this.
so what is it you wish to say? Are you telling me if she moved out of your house, then you'd sign title over to her?
she can have the boat. I
Okay,
already
but that's
told her
not what
she
I
could.
asked, ma'am. That's not what I asked. She could have the boat right now. It's her
Yeah,
boat. She could take it and go use it. But you understand the title's in your name. She wants you to put the title in her name.
no, she didn't want the title in her name when we bought it because of the
Okay,
Social
that's in the
Security.
past. Now what she's saying is she'd like the title in her name, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you won't do that?
No, she can have it. I told her she can have it.
Thank you.
It just, I'm scared that if I give her that title, she won't go and put it in her name. She'll leave it in mine. So how am I gonna know that it's out of my name?
Oh, ma'am, no. Right on the title, you can sign the title and say Jamie Lodgton signs title over to Angela Rodriguez on
Okay.
this date. And then
Okay.
that's her problem, not
Yep.
yours.
Because I don't want nothing to happen and then she gets me in trouble.
All
Because
right,
I
I
know
understand
Angie
that.
too well.
But I just want to be clear, you're not trying to keep the boat for you, right?
No, no.
All right. Well, instead of getting sued for $5,000, all you have to do on that piece of paper is sign it over to her. And then it's her problem. Just like you said, it's not yours anymore.
Yeah, but Your Honor, when we went to Grand Haven to get it, coming back, she told me to call my sister and let my sister
Ma'am,
hear what she
listen
said.
to me. The fact that she asked you to put it in your name instead of hers is exactly why I'm not gonna let her sue you for $5,000. But what I'm explaining to you is, here's the problem. It really is her boat, not yours.
Yeah,
But right now, you have your name on the title. You need to change that.
yeah,
You understand?
but I'm telling you what she told my sister. She had me
Okay.
call my sister and told my sister, look what I bought my mom.
Okay, but I want to be very clear. You don't think this boat is a gift to you. It's not your boat, right? You agree
Nope.
with that?
I agree with that, but
All right.
that's what
And
she
I
told us.
understand this. A family really shouldn't be suing each other over signing over title of the boat. I'm not going to award any money damages in this matter. But what I'm telling you is, even if she asked you to put it in your name, it's her boat and she's asking you to now take it out of your name and put it in her name. I
Yep.
understand your concerns that you don't want her to, go take the boat, it gets in a wreck, and then they look up who owns the boat and you get in trouble. That's why you write on the title, you can sign that over to her.
Okay, and put down that.
Here's where it gets legal, folks. The judge takes a moment to break down the difference between small claims and specific performance. In short, he can award money, but he can't force someone to hand over a title. The plaintiff struggles to grasp this, pushing for her mom to either pay or sign, but the legal reality is shutting that door fast. The tension between rules and demands is palpable.
Okay,
The
I'm
bike is
asking
the
Ms.
same
Lodge,
situation, sir.
how are you doing an eviction?
Sorry about that.
Through landlord-tenant court or not?
We did.
Ms. Logston?
I did the eviction notice for the 7 days. And then
Okay,
I
through
went,
landlord-tenant court.
yeah, and then I went.
All right.
and
You
she
should
didn't-
also address this. You should also address this boat title in landlord-tenant court because it is possessions of the tenant that you're trying to, you don't want because they're hers, right?
Yeah,
All right.
and the bike too. I mean, she had my son put the bike back in my name, and he's got to pay for it. And now who gets the bike? So I've got to wait for that court date too.
Well, it's going to be
No,
the
that
same
was only
thing.
with money,
ma'am.
sir.
It's going to be
With
the
money.
same thing.
I
You can't just sue your family members because you asked them to put things in their name and titles. That's not a small claims case I'm going to entertain. All right. But what I'm telling you
no.
about the boat is Ms. Rodriguez has an issue here because that boat belongs to her and you need to get it out of your name.
Yep.
Unless you want to say the boat's yours, and then we can have an argument about that, but it doesn't seem like you even want the boat, right?
I don't want the boat, but I'm just trying to tell you what she said to my sister. She told my sister and called my sister and told my sister, look what I bought my mom.
All right. And that would be an issue if you were trying to say, okay, it's my boat because she gave it to me. But you're not trying to say that, so we don't even have to go down that road, right?
No.
All right.
No, she
I'm going to
did.
dismiss this lawsuit, but it's because you're telling me you understand that you need to sign that title over.
Yeah.
All right. You're all set then. I'm going to go ahead and release you,
Mr.
Ms.
Norbeck?
Lawson. I thought this was over the same tenant issue with the other
No,
two that are
no.
here, Dorn Camp and Feather Real.
No,
Yes,
we got
Ms.
3 of
Rodriguez.
them going.
What she was talking about was I have another case coming up on I believe this September 5th, stating that with the Yamaha bike is the same situation, sir, that I'm going through.
Yes, and I'm telling you right now,
Like,
if
she's
you're
holding my
asking
title.
family members to put the title in their name, you're not going to turn around and sue them for money. They just need to sign it back over to you. It's not really a lawsuit.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's
But
what I
they
asked
need
her
to
to do. I've been
understand that,
asking,
and
I've been text messaging too.
I've been explaining that to your mom right now that both of these lawsuits would go away if she just signed those titles back over to you.
I can't sign the V-Star
I
title
appreciate that.
because
What's
my
that?
son, I can't sign the V-Star title because my son went to court over it. He's got to pay Angie over it. And now who gets the bike if he's got to pay for it?
Now we hear from the mother, and it's a twist. She admits she's holding on to the title because she wants her daughter to move out. The judge draws parallels to his own experiences, pointing out the dangers of keeping property in your name for someone else. Suddenly, it's less about ownership and more about control, trust, and past betrayals. This is leverage, plain and simple, and both sides know it.
The bike came back to me, and I asked my mom, because it was my bike, because I paid for him to get the Harley, and that bike's supposed to be mine, and that's what happened. And I asked my mom to put it in her name, and this is what's happening again.
No,
Oh,
it's
but you
not.
mean
The
you didn't
same
get the Harley that
situation.
you were giving money to your brother to pay. You got the Yamaha.
Yes, I got the Yamaha. I bought the
All right.
Harley. We went through trial with Scotchless on that. It was $5,300 that he borrowed, and he has to pay me $4,800 back because he borrowed money.
And whose name is on the title for the Yamaha?
Mine now.
My mom's, because I asked her to put it in her name because of Social Security reasons and for me to get it cheaper for insurance and stuff.
Yeah, ma'am. That's your problem. You're asking them to put things in your name, and then they do it, and then you turn around and sue them for it.
I know. Yeah, I know, because they're not doing this for me. They told me they weren't going to do this to me.
All right. So, Miss Logston, I mean, we can wait and deal with the bike on the date in September if you want, but it's going to be the same issue. It's not your motorcycle. It belongs to Angela. You need to get your name off the title because Angela will sue you over it. All right?
Yeah, but the thing of it is she sued my son over it. He's got to
No,
pay
ma'am.
for both bikes.
No,
And
ma'am.
then
That's not what that lawsuit was about. That lawsuit was about money she lent your son to buy a different motorcycle, a Harley Davidson.
he bought both of them. She bought both of them, and
All right.
and he's
Ma'am,
gotta
I'm
pay
not
her
going to get
back.
into this with you. We can come back and argue it in September. I'm going to release you because you're not really part of the case that I still have to deal with today. So you're all set. Ms. Logston, you can
Thank
make
you,
a lot of your own problems going away with a few signatures. All right.
Yep.
All right. So back to the issue at hand. Here's the thing. Miss Villarreal and Mr. Varnkamp. Essentially what's happening here is Miss Rodriguez is suing you because she's saying that during, I guess, a landlord-tenant situation, she had a bunch of belongings that were put outside of the rental unit. So here's my question. Which one of you owns this place?
I do.
All right. What is Mr. Varnkamp's relationship to the property?
When I went there, he was already there. I asked him who he was. He said Angela told him to take everything out because she was moving.
Okay, ma'am, we're just going a little fast. Did you know Mr. Varnkamp?
No, I didn't even know
Oh, so
him.
he's not like a property manager. He doesn't work for you. He's just a guy. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll start with you, Miss Villarreal. What Miss Rodriguez is saying is she was a tenant and that you had a bunch of her stuff moved out of the apartment.
No, I didn't. I swear to God, he was already there when everything was already out.
Are you saying that Mr. Varnkamp was replacing Miss Rodriguez as the tenant?
That's
Yes,
what me and
that's
Mrs.
what he was
Rodriguez
doing,
talked
trying-
about.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
So here's the
Shifting gears, the dispute rolls into a motorcycle and an even knottier web of family debt. Past court cases, borrowed money, and tangled asset ownership blur the lines of who owns what. The judge keeps hammering the same message. Titles in someone else's name cause chaos. The bickering is constant, and you can feel how deep these grudges run, way beyond just the vehicles at stake.
thing. Here's the thing. Was that, Miss Villarreal, was that actually a landlord-tenant agreement you had with Miss Rodriguez? She was living there and paying you rent?
We talked about it.
Okay, I couldn't hear you.
Was it an actual landlord-tenant situation? She was living there and paying you rent?
She hasn't paid rent for 4 months. I kept telling her I wanted her out because all she's causing me
Did
is...
you actually evict her?
Yes, I did. I did. I have all the paperwork. And
No.
even she was supposed
Did you
to be...
evict her through landlord-tenant court?
Yes. She was supposed
When
to be
did you
out
get that?
at 4:30 and she's still there. So I
Alright.
called a guy
Ma'am?
named Joel.
Ma'am, listen to me. When did you evict her? What is the date on your judgment?
the 30th of August.
Of this
Wait.
year.
Sorry, July. The 30th of July.
All right, but here's the problem. Her stuff got moved out before then, ma'am.
Yes, but I didn't do it. I did not do it. When
Okay.
I got there, they were already there.
All right. Okay, so let me switch gears. So Mr. Vorenkamp.
Mr. Norbeck.
Well, Miss Rodriguez, let me talk to that.
Hold on,
Mr. Vorenkamp, you're someone
Oh,
who wanted to move in there? Is that how you got?
Yes, at some time in mid-April, I stopped over by Mrs. Rodriguez's house and she said that she had money that she was gonna move out and buy a house and stuff. And I asked her if she would talk to Mary, the landlord, about me taking over the house.
All right, so you were going to move in and start paying rent yourself to live there instead of Miss Rodriguez?
Correct.
Okay, we call that a sublease. And when were you gonna do that?
It was gonna be in May. I think it was May 5th. May 3rd, me and Angela talked about it over there. She said that she talked to Mary and everything was a go.
That was
All
a
right.
lie.
So you, okay, so
Thank you.
well, Mrs. Villarreal, I'll get to you. So in other words, what you said is, you're talking to Miss Rodriguez and you say, hey, she says she's gonna move out, I can move in, and then she told you she talked to the landlady and it was all green light.
Right. And then come
All
to
right.
find out, Miss
Well,
Rodriguez
no,
did
no,
not
no,
talk to
I
the
don't want you
landlord.
to jump ahead. I
Okay.
don't want you to jump ahead.
All
So
right.
there's a bunch of stuff in the apartment that doesn't belong to you, right? It's from probably Miss Rodriguez or whoever was living there.
There was not really nothing there.
Are you
Okay.
There was some clothing items and a bunch of dirty dishes and some old food and stuff, which I did bag up. And another girl named Angela put them in her car and she brought them to Angela.
Don't I got pictures? I got.
Who set that up? Do you know?
No, I don't know who set that up for her to bring her stuff. I think them two did.
And the other Angela said, oh, what, that's my friend or something?
Right. That they were friends for, yes. And she brought him the stuff there. I think it was her. I'm not sure what.
And then did you move in after that?
No.
Okay. What was the day that you're talking about things were bagged up? You bagged them up, put them in some girl's car?
I have no idea when they did that. Because after Miss Rodriguez told me not to go back there, and I never went back there, so I have no idea what happened when she brought them to her at all.
Oh, so you didn't end up moving in there?
No.
All right. All right, Miss Rodriguez, it's your turn. I want you to explain to me, well, first of all, why is it you're suing Miss Villarreal?
Okay. First, I was going to try to tell you, sir. I got this letter yesterday from the Allegan County Sheriff's Office. I had went and I did everything I can do. I went and talked to Dana Nessel. I went and talked to the governor. I got emails from him. I got all the text messages from me and Dave. I never one time told him to go inside my house to take all my stuff out. He was not going to move in. I did ask him to fix my roof because it was leaking. Mary knew that too. I've been asking Mary to.
Okay, Miss Rodriguez, you're kind of all over the place, so I'm just going to go small, short question and answer session. So you were living there, and then you decided at some point in time you were going to move out.
Things take a landlord-tenant turn as new defendants enter. The plaintiff claims her belongings were removed illegally, but the timeline is messy, with no contact orders, overlapping evictions, and family drama spilling into tenancy disputes. The judge struggles to pin down facts as stories shift. This isn't just a legal clash, it's a storm of personal vendettas and unclear boundaries that's spiraling fast.
There's nobody on the lease, sir. There is no lease. There is no lease, sir. We just renting it up as a verbal thing.
All right,
with the landlady. I've been there for about 4.5 years.
All right, here's the problem though. So you can't go back there because you have a no contact order.
Oh, I can now, sir, because it's dismissed.
Ma'am,
But
that's
what I
not
was
my
trying to get
question.
to you
I'm
is
talking
I got
about
this paper.
During this
Okay.
time where you're saying you're getting kicked out, really what it was is you weren't able to
Yes.
live there anyway because of a court order.
Right, that's the only reason. But my two other
Okay.
kids were there.
So
My
what
son was
happened
there.
to all
D-Ray
your
was there. I
stuff
had
that was there?
well, I was having Mr. Camp going to fix the leak on the roof outside because it was leaking.
There.
I've been
No,
taking it
no.
off of the.
Ma'am, that's not
Nope.
my question. My question is this. You were living with your adult
Sorry,
son,
sir.
and then the cop said you can't live there anymore. So where did you go?
Yes.
Where were you sleeping at
He
night?
didn't say I couldn't live there. I was sleeping
No,
at my
ma'am,
mom's house
that's
because I
not
was
how
on
domestic
probation.
violence
No.
works. You got a no contact order, which means you cannot go to that residence where your son lives.
Right.
So what
Right.
did you,
That's what I'm
where
saying.
were
It's
you
not that I can't
staying
live
at
there
night?
anymore.
Yes, it means you can't
At my
live there
mom's.
anymore. Okay, so you stayed at your
It
mom's.
means you have no contact there.
And how did you get your stuff?
I didn't get my stuff because I was still living there. I just had no contact with my son, sir. That was my home. I was living at my mom's until it was situated. It got dismissed. I got off probation. I was allowed to go back. And when I went back, but before that, I already tried to press charges. That's what I'm trying to get at you, is that the Allegan County Sheriff they are appropriately examining and reviewing the public records again, because I have gotten in touch with, because there should have been home invasion and destruction of property. Is what
By
I'm trying to
who?
say. So on Dave and Mary, because they went in my house illegally 2 different times on June 10th and on May 8th and put all my belongings outside when I was not being evicted, sir.
Where was your son?
He was there.
My son just
He was
moved
not there.
out. So I had my cousin and move in there, and then he started making sexual comments on text message to her about playing with his
Okay, ma'am,
thing. And
let me stop you.
Yes.
Let me stop you. Okay, you have an
so it's
order where you were evicted, right?
No, and about that eviction notice, sir, I just went and appealed that eviction under my legal name. My legal name is Angela Rodriguez, not Angelica.
Okay.
And I've been
That's
telling her
neither
that, so
here
it's
nor
not
there.
even in my name.
All
Like,
right,
legally,
all right. Listen to me. I can't
Right.
get a straight answer out of anybody. All right, so you're living there with your adult son. Your adult son gets a order from court that you can't stay there, and your landlord evicts you. And somewhere in between that time, your possessions go somewhere out of the house. Where did they go?
Yes, it went out of the house before she evicted. Sir, my dad watched it happen. I have a witness. There was other people that came up and stole all my stuff. I'm talking about my furniture, everything everything that I own was in that house. He put out.
Where was your son?
My son.
He still lived at the house.
No, he didn't. He moved out, and that's why I had Angie in there, because I didn't want my house to be not vacant where nobody was there, where they could take my stuff, and they did it anyway.
All right, Miss Villarreal, well, first of all, why do you have people living there without a lease?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you with all the talking.
Why do you have people living there without a lease?
Yes, that was my mistake. From now on, I'm making a lease. But Angela was only supposed to be there with her 2 kids, her youngest kids. Her son.
But do you understand that if before you get a court order for eviction, you move people's stuff out of the house, you're on the hook for that dollar amount. You're on the hook for multiple times that dollar amount.
No, I didn't. I swear to God, I did not do anything.
Mrs. Villarreal, who emptied the house out?
Dave was already there when I got
there.
So you're saying Dave did.
Angela knew.
Miss Rodriguez, stop talking for a second. So Mr. Varenkamp, who moved the stuff out of the house?
I did, with permission from her.
From who?
Angela Rodriguez.
And why do you say you have permission?
Here's the clash point. Conflicting testimony about who moved the plaintiff's property and where it went. One witness says a friend collected it. The plaintiff says it was dumped. The judge is stuck between inconsistent accounts, photographs, and finger-pointing. In the end, The strongest evidence points to her own associate picking up the stuff, leaving the judge skeptical of any real damages here.
I put it in bags, did not destroy nothing, and I set it outside.
On the outside, on the curb, outside of the yard, outside on the porch?
Out on the yard, on the property, right by the
What
trailer.
kind of stuff?
Blankets, hoodies, old dishes.
All right.
Oh, dishes.
And then what happened to it?
Shoes, furniture.
The one Angela that was there, her cousin or whatever the relationship is, she was going to be a roommate. She did.
All right, so let's stop right there. Miss Rodriguez, who is he talking about? Who's the other Angela?
Her name is Angela Merritt. She lived there with me. Well, she was staying there for a couple of days because I wasn't allowed to be there, and I didn't want my stuff to do like this is what's going on.
Okay.
My dad called me
Mr.
when he was putting my
Vanderkamp?
stuff out at the same day.
So these
I was
bags
up north.
that you filled up, they went into Angela Merritt's car?
That's what Angela Merritt told me.
All right, so
No.
you weren't there?
They never
Yeah.
went into the car. They're
Angela
outside.
Merritt,
Miss
Angela Merritt came
Rodriguez,
there
you wouldn't
after the
know
fact.
that either, so just stop talking. All right, Mr. Vanderkamp. So you bag up stuff, you put it on the porch, and then you don't know what happened to it? You just heard about what happened to it?
Right, because Angela was there. I would come there,
Which Angela?
Merritt.
So Angela Merritt, who was staying there at the time, knew about all this stuff that you put on the porch?
She was not staying there at the time. She came
Okay,
there
but she
a
was
day
standing
after.
there with all this stuff on the porch?
She came there after I was in there packing things up.
Okay. How do you know that?
Because Miss Rodriguez asked me, so she can live there. She'd be my roommate.
Miss Merritt.
No.
Yes.
All right. So then here's what I'm saying is here's where I need to get to. All right. So I have this friend named Angela Merritt who is also at the house. You've bagged up stuff. You've put it on the porch. You weren't there when someone took it off the porch, but you heard later what happened with it.
Mrs. Merritt was there.
Okay.
And Mrs. Merritt told me herself that she brought it to Angela.
Okay. And when was
That's
that?
a lie.
No, it's not.
That's a lie, sir. I have
All
pictures
right.
of everything outside on my lawn.
All right, but here's the
turned it into
problem,
the
Miss Rodriguez.
investigators
You
too.
don't know what happened either. You weren't there either. So now what I have is a witness who's telling me
No,
they
my
were
dad
literally
was.
there and literally told by your friend that that's where your stuff went. And Miss
No.
Villarreal says she didn't know what's
Didn't
going
come there
on.
until
Essentially, all
after
this
the
is
fact.
happening. What's that? What's that, ma'am? Miss Rodriguez?
knew I was
Angela didn't
there.
come over. She didn't start staying there until after the fact.
No, she was
Okay,
there.
but Mr.
She had her belongings there.
Mr. Varenkamp, who doesn't know who this person is, just described the person who you know as Angela Merritt being at the house when those bags were on the porch and saying she was bringing them to you, or I'm sorry,
Right,
Mr.
Mrs. Merritt's
Varenkamp, that she
belongings
was
were
going to
there,
bring
too.
them to Angela
No,
Rodriguez,
sir.
or that she did bring them to Angela Rodriguez?
My
Mr.
dad is the
Varenkamp.
one that called me telling me Dave was the
Miss
one there
Rodriguez,
bringing my
Miss
stuff out
Rodriguez,
in the grass.
part of the reason we're
He
having a
even-
problem here is you don't have your camera on and you can't see what I'm doing. I'm not talking to you right now. I'm talking to Mr. Varenkamp. All right, Mr. Varenkamp, we're getting real close here. Angela Merritt told you, I'm going to take these things to Angela Rodriguez, and they were still there. Or the things weren't there, and Angela Merritt told you, I did take them to Angela Rodriguez.
Yeah, I showed up the next day. Most of the bags were gone. Mrs. Merritt told me that she was bringing her Angela her stuff.
Okay, and I saw that in the text messages. That's the, sorry, I can't help it, when you bagged them up and put them there. All right, so Miss Rodriguez, here's the problem, is as far as I can follow what I actually have as firsthand witnesses testifying, your stuff was put out, but was picked up by a friend of yours.
No, sir. I'm telling you, I have pictures and I put them in with the cops already too. Everything is outside. This man is lying. I promise you, my stuff's still
I
outside.
have photographs too.
Well, sir, if
I
this,
have
ma'am, if the stuff
photographs.
is still there, well, ma'am, after July 30th, it's not your stuff anymore. Because you got evicted. If you didn't pick it up by then, the landlord
Yeah,
gets to do whatever they want
I
with
just
it. They
did
can
it.
burn
I
it,
just
they can give it away, they can do whatever they want.
I'm sorry, sir. No, they cannot, because I go back to court September 5th for that same place. So I don't know where you're getting at telling them that. I have
'Cause-
court date with the same matter, September 5th. So how are you going to tell them that that stuff is in that house is there still when I have to go to court still September 5th for the same matter?
Ma'am, they have a
'Cause I appealed it.
judgment. Oh, well, if you have to go back
I
for appeal,
appealed
that's
that
fine.
because it's not in
But
my name.
there is no provable claim here of loss of money that's either of these two people's fault.
We close with yet another motorcycle title dispute. The judge repeats, this is small claims, not the venue for forcing title transfers. He offers solutions, but neither side fully bites. The real takeaway? Most of this family's problems could vanish with a few signatures, but pride and mistrust keep them alive. And that wraps it up for today's case. Don't forget to like the